Привет, Ukraino. Nashi serces vamoy. Ukraine, our hearts are with you. Hi, it's Tom
and Trevor
from GreenShortz, and this is
video 5 of the camper build.
That's right, and this series is sponsored by tinktube, and this is the first video where you're going to actually see us put tinktube into action.
tinktube is a pipe and fittings system to empower your DIY projects. tinktube fittings also work with electrical conduit with a special adapter. When you select EMT conduit, they automatically add the adapter to your order.
I'm excited. Let's get started.
Woo! I gotta be honest, I'm a little hesitant here because I'm not exactly sure what the final dimensions are gonna be. But I'm gonna use the flexibility of the tinktube system to let me adjust as I go. Starting to build this skeleton from the front to the back. I'm gonna leave the lengths a little bit longer than I think I need, and that will give me the ability to adjust as I go. To create the flat spot in the conduit, I'm gonna jigsaw halfway through and then pound it flat on the anvil. I'm wasting a lot of thread here. I need to go pick up some shorter bolts. If you remember from my sketch, the front edge of the camper was angled back. I'm going to use the jigsaw to trim my tabs a little bit so I can get these corner pieces to angle back as well. One of the most complex shapes on this camper is going to be this trapezoid right here. And because I want to have the door opening on this side, I need this to be in parallel with this. So I think leaning both of these back at the same angle is going to allow me to do that. Then I don't have a complex bend between the top here and the bottom here, and my door should be able to close flat. That's my theory. Let's see how it works out. Now that I have a few pieces of conduit attached, I'm going to start to connect them. Because I'm working with a 3/4 inch conduit, I need to use the adapter. All the tinktube connectors go together with these hex bolts and nuts. The nice thing about this groove on the back here is that the nut actually locks into it, so you don't need to put a wrench on the back to thread this in. It's a really nice feature. This is where my childhood days of fiddling with Tinker Toys and erector sets is gonna come into play. I'm just gonna snug this up for now, because I know I'll be making some adjustments. I'm going to attach the back post vertically, and I'm going to align it with where the floor turns up, even though the camper interior will extend beyond that. One adjustment I made off camera was to make my side pieces longer. All right, Trevor's home from school. So I'm gonna do a quick check here on, I think when this stands up vertically like this, that's looking like enough headroom. Because you'll come off the wheel well a little bit for the cot will be a little bit higher than the wheel well, and that'll be what we're sitting on.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be fine.
Just barely.
Yeah, and we'll have a little bit of insulation on the inside, but only about an inch. All right, go get that homework done.
I will.
Eyes and ears, JW. All right, well, my side profile is done. Not sure I'm in love with it yet. I've got the other side set up now, and I have to make a decision about what I'm gonna do with this section, because it's time to cut that piece on the other side. And I'm trying to figure out what is bothering me about it. And I tried a couple other profiles. One with a curved roof line like that. Interesting. One with a straight roof line like that. Then one with a slanted roof line like that. In the end, I think I like this one the best. If you've watched this channel long enough, you know that my process is sometimes intuitive. Figure out as I go along. But that's part of the creative process. It's fun, it's interesting, and when something bothers me, and I think it was this little short angle here that was bothering me, I let my brain work on it for a while until I figure out what I want to do. All right, I'm going to undo this and then redo it. And thankfully, I've got the H6A, which will let me come in at an angle which is not 45. Much better. Bellissima. got both my sides completed, I'm gonna check for level and make adjustments. And now it's time for the cross bracing. A nice feature of the tinktube system is that there's a 1/4 inch of adjustment that can be made on your pipe or conduit. You can see the 2 lines here. Both depths are a secure fit, but that gives you a little bit of room to shorten the pipe or lengthen it if you need to. It's getting nice and rigid now. The last brace I'm going to put in here on the roof line is going from the center here to the nose piece. And I want to maintain this level of the roof, so I think I need to lower this down a little bit. Thankfully I can adjust this because I need to get the H4A bracket on here. So I need a little more room to do that. And I need a piece that's a little bit longer than this. You've seen me cut this conduit with the bandsaw and the jigsaw, but it'll also cut with this pipe cutter. This is actually a tool that's available on the tinktube website. I'm going to use it for this cut since I broke the bandsaw blade. Yeah, baby. I have some internal cross bracing to do, but I'm out of conduit, at least the long pieces. But I have plenty of tinktube pipes, so I'm going to switch to the galvanized 1-inch steel tinktube pipe. Alright, so the primary skeleton is done except for one more piece of tinktube. But I want Trevor to get a chance to work with this material. He's been tied up with school and homework, but I'm gonna run inside and get him and we'll wrap this up. Alright, so Trevor's on his way down, and keep in mind he hasn't seen this or heard about it since he was here to do the height measurement. So let's see what his reaction is when he sees the almost final skeleton.
Whoa!
What do you think?
It looks like an actual thing now.
It looks like an actual thing. Yes, it does. Here, come sit on. So this is going to be the height of the cot, but it'll sag down a little bit. So I figured that's going to be coming in through the front. The door is here. Got the duck end.
Whoa! What do you want me to say?
You can sit on the wheel well. Just
It's really cool. It does look like usable, potentially.
usable.
It makes it a lot easier to kind of envision what it's going to look like when we're done. which
Yeah.
makes me really excited. We're making something cool.
All right, I'll take that as a positive sign that Trevor's happy. So I do want to have him put on 2 more of the cross braces here with tinktube. Let me show you one, and then
How
can
high
take
do
it
you
from
want
there.
them to be?
We'll have it go on level with this one because the floor is going to come up and then out. You're going to wrap it around the pipe like that, and it closes off like that. It can be a little tricky threading that. If you tighten it down enough, then you can take the clamp off and go to the other side with it.
Whoa.
So you do the other one.
Doesn't matter which side I thread the bolt.
I usually try and put it so the hex thing is facing you, so it's easier to tighten it down. Yeah. You've got it in this side. We're gonna mark it. And then you can just break it off. Be careful, there's gonna be a sharp edge there.
Whoa. It's pretty clean cut. So we don't tighten it all the way yet because we gotta move it, right?
Because we need to level it, yeah. We have a skeleton. What do you think?
It's pretty cool.
Maybe a few more verticals and a few more horizontal pieces, but for the most part, the skeleton is ready.
I'm really impressed with actually what we've been able to put together, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing it in a final product.
We got a few more videos to go before we get to final product, but I'm definitely excited at how this turned out. It really played to the versatility of tinktube because I changed things in the middle of the process. There was a lot of figuring that was going on while you were doing Algebra 2. Special thanks to our patrons and members for helping make these videos possible. If you're interested in joining us on Patreon or in the members section here on YouTube, you can check out the description below.
As always, our mission here at GreenShortz is to help you see green so you can be green, and save a little green by doing it yourself.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Let's go!
Thanks for watching.